Fat Stormtrooper from Daft Chicken Gaming. Well, hate it or hate it, and I really do hate it, but Fortnite is been an amazing economics success, especially when you consider the company behind this game was founded by a college kid out of his parents' house. Now, basically, this guy here used to design video games in his parents' house as a kid, and he's made a lot of very famous video games from this company, Gears of War, and right through to Fortnite. It was a hobby, and then basically he started in 1991 a company in Maryland. So basically, this guy has done incredibly well. He's made a brand. I mean, Fortnite, it's not my cup of tea, but the little teenies are lapping it up. They just love it. They can't get enough of this shit. And it's launched on multiple platforms, and that's why it's so successful. It's on everything. So basically, PUBG came out, massive success with PUBG. But then Fortnite came out, and another battle royale, and just run over the top of PUBG. 3.4 million people playing it in February. It's incredible. You've got people of fame like Drake and other entertainers that play this game. So it's become a celebrity status. It's basically, Fortnite had pulled in more than 1 billion of revenue. Okay, 1 billion, and then it's going to get $3.5 billion in this year. The first, I just sort of look at the first thing with Epic. The first game was called ZZT. Purchased the game by mailing a check to Sweetie's parents, and then he sent it back on a computer disk. Oh my God, is 11 years old. Sweetie was brought up on Nintendo, and you can see the Nintendo influence with some of these games. I guess this is, it's just amazing, He's had mowing lawns, just doing, basic stuff. This guy is a guy who's come from the grassroots and come all the way up to this level. He's a competitive guy, undercutting people working. He's just, my God, yeah, look at this. This is just amazing that somebody would do this. Anyway, so the bottom line is, it's just the effect on the economy of Epic Games is amazing. Now, Epic Games cannot actually be purchased. It is not a public company, okay? So you can't really invest in Epic's games. It would be great if you could, but you can't. The spin-off, though, Fortnite seems to have affected other games, okay? Activision, okay, it has dropped its stock, okay? $6.3 billion of stock. Activision is of course a publicly listed company. Now this is Blizzard, okay? Now the thing with Blizzard is it has lost so much ground from Overwatch. It's been virtually destroyed by Fortnite. And I guess the question is whether or not people think the stock price of Blizzard's inflated because it was bought up and basically it was people just mad bought it, so its stock may well have been artificially inflated. So now comes the truth of the matter, and now it comes crashing down. I guess Call of Duty and Overwatch, if they were to become Battle Royale, are they going to be the same success as PUBG or Fortnite? The answer is Overwatch took over an entire hero shooter space, Okay, yeah, I don't know. I think the bottom line is it's going to be very hard for them to change the genre to Battle Royale. They may well try, but the problem is you've already got two really successful platforms for Battle Royale. So that's going to make it really, really hard for them. This is, again, Fortnite, mega hit. Game has wiped out from industry leader Activision Blizzard. So the biggest, most valuable software development company, BAMO, you know, Wall Street. This is a problem with listing public companies, and this Epic hasn't done it, but may choose to do it. And obviously the Gaben and Valve. Why would you list something if it's going to destroy what you've endeavoured to build? And you know, I'd love to invest in Valve. I'd love to invest in Epic, but chances bothering me. I cannot invest in these companies because they are not publicly listed, and unless you got in at a certain time, and there are people with holdings of these companies like Microsoft and some of the other companies, but these are private company shares, not public company shares. So this is the thing: is the companies that seem to have taken the least hit economically from a game's success or failure are the privately listed ones. The publicly ones are basically crucified. Fortnite monetization impact overblown. I mean, this is what the Blizzard people are saying. Well, I think what's happened is really Blizzard's share prices were overvalued, and then they're coming back down. And Fortnite has just been the catalyst which has tried to as a catalyst which has basically caused this. So I guess and you know, you've got these guys that earned $500,000 streaming Fortnite. Yeah, it's really quite amazing. I don't think that people are going to abandon Blizzard games, and maybe the problem is this big news is the fact that Blizzard can't please its greedy shareholders. So there was this article here, which is interestingly, it sort of tried to predict what stocks are going to go up as a result of Fortnite. And this one was published back in July. And this is very interesting because it was saying, look, hey, Fortnite's this game. What things are going to be more you know, going to go up as a result of Fortnite? It's basically, you know, they had a few companies. Now Funko's deal with Epic Games, but they've got this merchandise, toy makers, and off it goes. You know, wow. All of a sudden, yes, Funko is, you know, the profits are going up and the stocks are going up. Tencent is a Chinese technical company which operates social networks, music services. Basically, it owns a big chunk of Epic Games, like 40%. And Epic Games, you know, Tencent is a big company. So wow, Chinese tech shocks. Tencent's aggressive growth play, and it's going up, but that's a risky Chinese market. Turtle Beach, designer of headset games. Headsets for gamers. Basically, the stock has gone up because people are using more of these things for Fortnite. It gives them a competitive advantage, enabling them to hear nearby foes around the game. Well, I don't know. And there are not a ton of high-end options. Well, I'm wearing one that's not Turtle Beach, dude. Bloody hell. So I don't know how they've come up with that one. So look for the stocks with skyrocketing upside. But basically, there could be spin-off stocks. But to tell you the truth, it is a damn pity that you couldn't have bought shares in Epic at the time before the Fortnite, because it would have been and those guys like Tencent owning 40%, they must have just creamed off a huge amount of value in terms of shares. So this is just some interesting things to consider with Fortnite and the effect Fortnite has had on various share activities. Peace.